Welcome to MedCouragement. This is Dr. Aaron McGuffin, pediatrician, here to talk to you about a very important topic. Help! My baby is gassy. So the first question we have to ask is gas normal? Of course it is. All babies have gas. Some are definitely a little bit gassier than others, and it can be a very concerning sign to moms and dads that something else may be going on. Many times infants will cry, they will draw their legs up, their stomach will seem as if it's getting tight, and this is obviously very bothersome to parents. While it's not possible to eliminate all of the gas, there are a few things you can try to help lessen it. So let's start with formula tips. The formula formulation typically is going to be either a concentrated or ready to feed one or a powdered option. One of the things you can do if you're using a powdered option is to go ahead and try a concentrated or ready to feed, because when you have the powdered formula, you have to mix it and shake it, and that can generate bubbles. And of course, what do those bubbles become? Swallowed air, and then consequently, those are extra gas bubbles. And if those don't get burped out, then the baby can have more problems with gas. A lot of parents will say, should I switch formulas? And of course, in general, my answer is always no. You are much more likely to trade one problem for another, such as increased spit up or constipation. Typically, the formula is not the cause of the baby's gas. Some of the formula feeding tips to decrease the amount of swallowed air are, of course, burp the baby. Some parents will want to go 2 or 3 ounces before burping the baby, and you may need to do it more frequently. Hold the infant more vertical when feeding. There are also many low-flow nipples out there that can lessen the amount of formula that is coming out of the bottle. In addition, there are bottles that are angled, vented, and a lot of people like to use the collapsible bottles as they think that definitely helps the babies to take in a lot less air and consequently more gas. And I've provided some links to some of those bottles below for you to take a look at. How about some bonus tips? Something that's very simple to do is to increase tummy time. Tummy time is a very important activity for kids, and it helps to strengthen their little muscles, and it's some great bonding time. This technique helps put some pressure on the abdomen and frankly just helps to move the gas along. Always make sure you are present for tummy time. Never leave a young baby unattended on their bellies. Also, bicycling the legs. This is easily done with the baby on the back. They can have some playtime with you and hopefully reduce gas as well. And maybe with a little bit of exercise, they'll take a nap a little easier too, just like this little fella in our picture. What about medications? Mylicon drops. So Mylicon contains a medication called simethicone, and part of the way this works is to form larger gas bubbles by reducing the surface tension, and the theory is that those gas bubbles will then move on further down the intestines and be eliminated. You can give this multiple times a day, and the drops are not known to cause any harm to the baby. Some parents love simethicone. They think it works great. Others say it doesn't help much at all. Baby is different, and certainly it can be worth a try. I have a lot of parents ask about Gripe Water. Some families will say Gripe Water is the best. However, from a medical standpoint, there is concerns about consistent ingredients within the Gripe Water, as Gripe Water is made all around the world. In fact, there's some formulations that they have found in India that actually still contain traces of alcohol. Also, there is no evidence-based literature that shows that Gripe Water actually helps with gas or, for that matter, colic. And an additional concern is that use of excessive Gripe Water can reduce the more important nutrients for the infant. They may not want to breastfeed as much or take their formula. So you have to be very cautious. So in general, I do not advocate for everyone to try Gripe Water. What about breastfeeding moms? The majority of experts do not recommend breastfeeding moms change their diets for gassy infants. And the reasoning behind this is that it may lead to the mom stopping breastfeeding, as the diet changes may be too onerous on the mom. In addition, limiting mom's diet may be very unhealthy for her and not allow her to have the appropriate nutrients that she needs to continue to feed the baby well. When moms do eliminate a food they think may be causing the gas, it can take up to 3 days for that food to clear in order for the mom to even be able to tell if there is an effect or not. So what are some bottom lines? Gas is normal. It will get better over time. There are some very simple techniques that can be used to help the baby. In general, don't change formulas. And in general, breastfeeding moms should not change their diets. Again, always seek medical advice from a provider who is familiar with your child's specific medical history, as every person is unique. I hope you've enjoyed this video, and I hope it's given you some helpful hints on how you can deal with your gassy baby.